Hello everyone, Sam Wahid Khan here, coach and speaker at Mission Always Strong. Today we're going to talk about something that is very basic to us. We hear about it all the time in our daily lives. But before we get to that, I would like to talk about something that has to do a story that goes back to my childhood. At my very young age, I was studying in this school where bullying was very common. I was short in my height, didn't know much, very naive. So there's some guys that moved over from another school to our location, and they were not only bigger in size, they're a little bit older in ages, and they had advantage clearly over a lot of these shorter kids in the class like I was. So we start getting bullying left and right here and there every time we'll go on a break or in the class when the teacher is not present somehow. So we try to present it to the teacher, but somehow it was so common that the teachers didn't really pay attention to that, or they kind of brushed it off because there was no legal proof of it. Things happen at different times, breaks and here and there. So I was very worried about it, what to do, because these people are coming at school, kind of scaring me every single time, and I don't want to go through that thing all the time. Then what I saw, I used to play cricket for the longest time, and then I saw my coach, that every evening at that time in my cricket coach, I saw in the evenings, he used to leave, like all of a sudden he will leave somewhere, and then, I won't see him till next day. He will leave the game and will go somewhere. Then one day I saw him dressed up in white clothes and going on his thing, and I went up to him. I'm like, where are you going? And he told me that he goes for karate. He wants to learn. He's working on it. That triggered something inside me. By that time, I've seen some movies here and there, and all of a sudden this idea comes to me that what if I'm able to stand myself up? What if I can defend myself? What if I can learn this skill? So I went to my mom, I talked to her. She was already anxious about it, so she had me and my brother basically go take the admission in the academy, and the process started from there. Few months later, I was basically, as I was going up, I started developing more self-confident. As I will come back to the class, the same guys will try to bully me. They find out that I was going to these classes. So they try to become aggressive, but I can also see the hesitation on their part. And eventually, as I was going through my blue belt, I got the award of best fighter at the point. And a couple of my class fellows were also in the academy, so the word spread. Now, as the word spread, what I realized at my school, that those kids started staying away from me. Like, they will joke around with me, but they didn't want to go any further than that. And that was really something that I was looking forward to, because I didn't want to be bullied. I didn't want to be that. And I've actually started seeing the results of the skill. I did not learn that because I wanted to go back and fight them. Why I learned that at that point, so I can have my self-confidence back, that in case an occasion arises where I need to defend myself, I have the proper skill for it. So all this topic basically brought me back to this, what I was initially gonna start with, skills. After that bullying stopped at school, not only for me, but also my group of friends, because I was always there around them. And at some point, these guys also wanted me to come in on their side, but I refused to, because I didn't get into that. The reason why I acquired the skill, so I can get ready for the future in case something like that happens again. And that's exactly what happens with skill. When we are born, we don't have skills like that. As humans, we need to learn skills. We need to educate ourselves. We need to go over different things. We have to go over our fears. That's something that we have always strived for, to get over our fears. Fears have been a very important part of our life. We have always used to our advantage. In ancient times, we used to protect ourselves from all these danger animals and different kind of tribes. And now we try to avoid ourselves different kind of pains by using the fear as our guard. You will be very surprised that certain part of our brain, if you go back 5,000 years, it doesn't even exist, because that used to be used for hunting. The point is that acquiring skill is basically that what we look out for. If you want to if you want to get to a certain point in life, you want to become someone, then you have to acquire the proper skills. That's all it is. I mean, you want to become a CEO of a company. What I want you to do is go ahead and print out their resume, the CEO of a company that you like, and just go over the resume and see what that person has done. Once you narrow down those skills, you can actually start working on it. If you want to become a CEO, if you want to become a GM, if you want to become an owner of a company, if you want to have a multiple chains, if you want to have all that stuff, if you want to be a superstar, if you want to be a movie star, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be anything, you have to attain that certain set of skills. The fear must be overcome again and again. As we go through these proper skills training, you will realize that not only your self-esteem will go up, but also your self-confidence, your self-awareness, and everything that has to do with your inside and outside. Soon you will start seeing the reflection outside in the society based on the skills that you have acquired. You want to become a doctor? Print out the best doctor's resume that you want to be with. Go over the skills that that person has. Go meet that person, ask that person what made them what they are. Follow the footsteps. Skills. Skills, what differs us from the other person. Not anything else, not our faces, not our thing. What our intentions are makes a difference, what we do. And what our skill sets are basically defines where we're going to get in life. If we have the proper skills for the proper job and for the proper transition, we'll be able to execute it properly. Or even if we fail, for the time being, it's going to turn into a temporary defeat, because if we have the right skill, we can include another brain, a mastermind, or ourselves. We can go back and we can fix it. We can narrow that down. And we try not to repeat the mistake. But that only happens if you have the skills of analyzation, the self-awareness, and everything else that you require to be at that position. Whether it's your fear, whether it's your moving forward in life, whatever it is, skills is something that we all look for. Acquire the proper skills, move forward in your life. You can do it. I 100% believe in you. I 100% trust in you. I look forward for you guys to be the best version of yourself. Stay strong, my friends. Always strong. You can follow me on my Facebook, Always Strong, at Sam Wahid Khan. You can follow me on my Instagram page, Coach Always Strong. And you can go to my website, www.alwaysstrong.com. Talk to you guys soon. Take care. Post me any questions, comments, DM me, and I would love to discuss the topics that you would like me to discuss. You guys take care. Have an excellent evening.